for years, I've had trouble swallowing, chronic sore throat, excess phlegm, constant throat clearing, a hoarse voice, and this was me all the time. Years ago, I had been diagnosed with Gerd, even though I didn't regularly have the major symptoms like heartburn. I had an endoscopy done, a Barrett swallows test, and after all that, I didn't learn anything that actually helped me. I pretty much accepted that current state as my new normal. Eventually, I learned about laryngopharyngeal reflux, or LPR, and that's when I started honing in on what the actual problem was. Silent reflux, or LPR, is different from regular acid reflux, or GERD. The symptoms are concentrated in the throat or larynx, whereas regular GERD hurts down a little lower. This is important because getting relief from each one is different. Since most people with silent reflux have been misdiagnosed with regular heartburn, when they have flare-ups, they take Tums or other pills that don't end up offering relief where they actually need it. But very recently, I learned something that changed everything. So if you feel like you've been spinning your wheels dealing with silent reflux, let's get you some relief right now. First, just so you know, I am no doctor or any type of medical practitioner. I'm just a guy that had a problem. So here's how I understand the difference between silent reflux and acid reflux. As we know with acid reflux, the LES, or lower esophageal sphincter above your stomach, gets weak and allows acid to spill up into your esophagus, which can handle acid like your stomach can, and this causes vicious pain. With silent reflux, instead of the acid and bile coming up from the stomach as a liquid, like in GERD and affecting the esophagus, it escapes as a gastric acid and rises up much higher past the upper esophageal sphincter all the way up to the larynx where it likes to hang out. This gastric acid contains mostly pepsin, which is a stomach enzyme that digests protein. Now here's where it gets interesting. So this pepsin stays in your throat and gets activated when you eat acid, coffee, alcohol, chocolate, spicy foods, you know, all the good stuff. And even when you're not eating, the pepsin goes dormant and can hang out for days or even weeks up there, kicking your throat's butt all the time. Throat's butt, yeah, that works. You know what completely neutralizes pepsin? Sodium bicarbonate. You know what's pure sodium bicarbonate? Baking soda. So here's how to almost instantly relieve your LPR or silent reflux. When there's too much acid, we need to balance it with alkaline. So to counter that pepsin hanging out in your throat and in your sinuses, we're gonna blast it with sodium bicarbonate. All you need is alkaline water, baking soda, and a little spray bottle. Mix alkaline water with baking soda, put it in a little spray bottle like this one, and boom, done. Spray away. You'll be on your way to, in my case, practically instant relief from all those symptoms I listed earlier which define LPR. Isn't that crazy? It's that easy. I've just been spraying it anytime I get that burn in my throat I've become so used to. For the first few days, I spray it a little more often, but now a couple weeks later, it's just mostly in the mornings and evenings here and there. Also, if you can't find a spray bottle, doing a baking soda gargle should provide you relief also. Do that a few times a day if you can. If you have similar symptoms to me, I highly recommend you at least try this out. I literally wake up now without phlegm in the back of my throat. Like, what the heck? It was that easy? I legit thought I had all sorts of allergies because of all that phlegm. This video isn't meant as a long-term fix. It's just to help relieve the discomfort that you've been having on a daily basis so you can actually start the healing. It's really important once you start relieving your symptoms that you get to the bottom of the actual problem. Why your stomach acids and lower esophageal sphincter aren't working properly in the first place. I actually just created another video in which I go in depth about how I've been dealing with GERD naturally. And between what you learned in this video and what I say in the other video, I'm confident you're gonna have a game plan for how to feel great in the long run. Watch the video on treating GERD here. Please click that thumbs up button and sub to the channel. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time on The Sad Life. Dad!